Just making small adjustments here. Everyone's sitting ready. And they're off. Looks like a clean start for all 4 crews. Off this starting line here. Looks like Princeton and Harvard pretty neck and neck. Harvard with maybe a bit of a lead. MIT starting to drop behind here, and the Harvard 3v8 staying right in it. Coming into this first 500 here, crews are settling into their pace. Looks like they've settled into a good rhythm. Harvard rowing about a 35 here. And the 2 Harvard boats are fairly neck and neck. We've got Princeton out in the lead, MIT having dropped behind with about a boat length of open water behind. All 3 crews here looking nice and steady. Digging into this first 1,000. A little bit of the headwind, throwing the backs into the wind, throwing the backs to bow ball. The 2 Harvard boats look even, with Princeton with about a boat length out in the lead on the 2 Harvard boats. And Harvard look like they're making a move towards Princeton here now as we come into the 1,000-meter mark, the halfway mark of the race. Harvard making this move forward, digging into that Princeton lead here now. But the 2 Harvard boats still fairly even. Starting to gain on Princeton now. Coming out of the 1,000-meter mark, we still got Princeton in the lead, the 2 Harvard boats behind. Say with the Harvard boat further away from us, just a few seats on the Harvard boat closer to the camera. And now Princeton looks like they're making a move here, moving out, opening up more water here behind them. Coming into the last 750 meters, it's Princeton out in the lead, followed by the Harvard 2V, followed by the Harvard 3V. Got a bit of spread in the boats now. The Harvard 3V coming in behind the Harvard 2V that's got about a boat length on their 3V, and Princeton having about a boat length on Harvard. Harvard looking like they're about to start making a move here in the last 500, with Princeton about a boat length ahead. Coming into the last 500, here comes the sprint here. boat length lead over Harvard. Harvard with a boat length lead over their third varsity. Coming into the last 250 for Princeton here and the Harvard 2V. Princeton looking nice and smooth as they start to pick up that rate. Harvard bringing up the rate as well here. Harvard looks like they're making a move on Princeton here. Harvard moving through. Harvard at about a 38.40, bringing up the rate. That's it as we come out to the last about 100, 150 meters of the race. Got Princeton out with a bit of a lead over Harvard, and then the Harvard 3v8 have open water with the other boats in front of them. In this race here, Harvard making a move towards Princeton, Harvard moving forward. Hard to tell from this angle what the margin spread is, but we've got about Harvard and Princeton. Harvard looks like they're making a move. It'll be a tough call to see who's got this race. They looked pretty close to each other there, so we'll get the race results for you as soon as we hear them. But Harvard making a really nice, tremendous move in that last 500 meters, moving through to gain on Princeton. Princeton had a lead the whole race. Harvard taking it up in the last 500. We'll try to get results for you as soon as we can. And if we don't, in the meantime, stay tuned because the first varsity heavyweight men's race will be coming up next after this.